Hi, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Settling the Score. John Parenti, Mike Green, Johnny Boots. Gentlemen, morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Awakening.
Happy Saturday. Appropriate.
If it looks like Mo, Larry, and Curly. Joe Fargnoli, Director of Athletics, Coventry High School. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, John. Thank you for the invite.
I guess the number one question is, what's happening?
What's happening? Well, I think everyone wants to talk about football today. You know, what's going on with the football team and everything like that. So, we got the football team doing passing league. We got our other teams out there getting ready for the season to start. So,
Mike, you can carry this conversation because you were at passing league last night.
Yeah, I had nothing better to do on a Friday night, so I went to
Cheryl, take
North
note.
Kingston. No, I offered her a chance to come here at the
I was
Tavern
here.
on 3.
I was here.
Wonderful facility, wonderful setting. But she had other plans with my kids, so I said, I'll go down there. Went to North Kingston, saw a couple. I wanted to see our kids, and how they performed on the field. And it was interesting. I mean, West Warwick, it's going to be a challenge. There's, Nick Andrew Child's playing baseball right now, so he's not involved in the passing league, which is very typical of the kids like those multi-sport athletes, especially someone like Nick. He's going to camps, he's going to prospect camps, and so he's getting some offers. The phone is ringing. Matter of fact, it rang when we were talking. College coach called him. So he's not participating. Mikey Gallo's there, of course. He's kind of like the snowboard of that program. But a lot of young kids, a lot of young kids. I think the line's going to be there this Friday. It's going to take back with us if we do not come back. As far as skill-wise, between Nick and Mike Gallo, someone else, we need like 2 more kids that have to step up to be able to be competitive this year. Don't know who that's going to be. Very young defensively, but they went against North Kingston. North Kingston is like a perennial 7-on-7 type of team. They're engineered that way, so they did very well. Tollgate was there. Talked to Jim Maselli. I don't think people really understand how much knowledge that guy and his pedigree and his resume, as far as I think they look at him as the head coach of a failing program, and they just assume it's the coach, and it's certainly not. Jim knows a lot of football. He's heavily involved in the hula ball organization, so he has respect of a lot of college programs to identify talent and to push them that way in those games. So Tollgate, they're willing to learn, and so I think that's the key. When you finish well over 20, 25, 35 kids, that says that we might not be good. We don't like the coach. We want, so they're playing. They're not abandoning ship because the coach is terrible. They just don't know how to play football. They really, really don't. And just watching them and watching the skill guys, and watching the guys they had, I give them A for effort, man, because they want to do better. But it's a program that's developing, because it's not an insult. They just got kids that didn't play football before until they got to high school. So Jimmy's optimistic. As always, and it should be fun. East Providence looks like the team to beat Division II. I can't see anyone better than them. If there's someone better than East Providence right now in Division II, they should be Division I. They had studs. They had some unbelievable athletes. They were jumping. There was a roof at NK. They'd be jumping through it just to get the ball. They were awesome.
They need a quarterback because the Ramos kid is going.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, man. If they run that triple option, all you need is a running back. That's it. You don't really need a quarterback.
And does Mike's story about Jim Maselli strike a million out there, Joe?
Yes. I feel the same way with Coventry, with the youth coming in. Years ago, we had the Coventry Rams. Well, we don't have a program anymore, a feeder system. So when they're coming in as 9th graders, we're teaching them basic fundamental skills. 3-point stance, 4-point stance, where to, how to catch the ball, how to even put equipment on.
Yeah.
So, we're a young team, and our goal is every year is always to get bigger, faster, and stronger. So our goal this year is, they're in the weight room now 3-4 days a week at the high school.
That's awesome.
They're trying to get bigger, stronger, and faster.
Yeah.
Quarterback situation still up in the air. You know, we have a lot of 9th and 10th graders coming out. We've got some great athletes that were seniors. So, you know, next man up. We have to get a 9th and 10th grader to fill in that quarterback position and play well.
That was the same situation 4 years ago when Cam Jones came on the scene.
Absolutely correct. And Cam did a good job, and I'm sure Coach Gervasini will have somebody ready by the start of the season.
Wanted to talk for a few minutes about some of the other programs you have in the fall, because it's loaded up between cross country and girls volleyball and soccer, of course.
That's right. Well, you know, we're always competitive when it comes to volleyball. You know, one time we were known as a wrestling school, now we're known as a volleyball school. So, you know, Coach Bartlett will have his team ready to go. Our soccer programs are competitive. You know, last year, Jimmy Cottonor, head coach Cottonor, had a good chance to go to the States when the number 1 seed got beat last year, and then they played the next day. And if they win that game, they would probably be the favorites to go into a state title game. So the girls program, the boys soccer program, cross country teams, we're all ready to go.
Cross country
Yes. Yeah. Well, again, we got the coaching staff that's out there every day. Even our track team and our weight throws. Scholarships going everywhere, and they do a great job. The coaches do a great job, and the kids do a great job. They work hard. Our track teams are in the hallways running. We give them the entire second floor of the building at Coventry High School to practice. So that's not an easy situation by any means.
Last year, you blessed their gym.
Yes.
Yeah. Joe Fargnoli has. We always talk about building the brand.
Yep.
This goes a long way to building the brand.
Yep. When I took over, John, that 3 years ago, I was talking about building a brand. Social media. Telling our story instead of somebody else telling our story. We got a brand new gym. Superintendent Don Coward did a great job. Getting grant money in for the new gym. We had a couple of hiccups here and there, but we're going to work them out. I think our gym is one of the better gyms in the state. If you walked in there during, the wrestling matches and, saw 5 mats set up and, 1,000, 1,400 people in that gym watching wrestling, the scoreboard, the Teletron and everything like that, got it going on and great for the athletics. There's no doubt about that.
What's intriguing is informative about the condition of the gym. It was a special place, wasn't it, there, Boots?
It's a great place.
We even gave you a special spot right up in the bleachers.
Yeah.
Center court.
I love it.
Best seats in the house.
It's close to the plug.
Yeah, it's close.
Can I get an internet connection? Can I get a plug for my internet?
We'll work on that.
Thanks.
And we got you right near the parents. It's perfect.
Oh, I don't mind the parents. I just want to say West Warwick has an internet connection for us.
Okay.
They do have a plug for us.
As soon as I leave here today, I'll walk over to. I'll talk to
That's
Russ.
all I asked. Everything else is perfect. Everything else is
told you that
perfect.
was
I
coming.
love this spot. I really do. I really do.
God,
We did
Jordan
volleyball.
told
We did that volleyball game there.
That was great.
That was a fun game. We did that volleyball game. That was
Boys
an excellent
volleyball's
game.
come a long way. It's a lot of fun there.
Yeah, we had
Yes,
a
it
good time
is.
there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you can thank Coach Bartlett for bringing that to Coventry High School. One time was Leo Bush too. He was a volleyball coach, and Joe Krebs, and Bartlett's taking over and he does it all.
What are some of the other things you're working on over the course of the summer?
Over the summer, well, yeah, as you know, I have shoulder
Yeah, besides
surgery.
shoulder surgery.
Just the field conditions, talking to, groundskeepers and trying to get the field up to par. The complex, I think the outdoor complex needs a little more work. I think we're all set inside, trying to recruit players and, keep them in Coventry High School and, not have them go to Henrican, LaSalle and places like that. At the end of the year, we're trying to bring the softball players in to watch games, try to promote the brand.
How difficult is it? That's a tough question. To bring water to the baseball field.
That's a tough situation. It is. We're trying, and don't forget too, our groundskeepers are out there too with no water or anything like that. Again, that's what I mean by let's make this field a little bit better to set up for us. You know what I mean?
The overall support's pretty good.
Excellent. I can't ask anything more from Superintendent Don Howard. He's right there. Russell Hill, the head of maintenance, is always there. The icon, Chris Rouet. Don't forget, everyone sees our fields. We only have one person that works on the field. Everyone else has 3, 4, or they have a city or town does all the work himself.
When you think about the crew that you've developed inside your own administration, it's more family than it's ever been.
Oh, absolutely. If you're talking about the admin team, we can talk about, everyone knows she's an educational leader. Brooke Maycomer graduated Coventry High School, sent her son to Coventry High School, assistant principal, now principal at Coventry High School. There's family there. When you talk about, probably the real athletic director, Donna Bodie.
Why is she sitting here today?
Exactly. I was surprised you invited me, not her. Again, graduate of Coventry High School, a great athlete through Coventry High School. Her kids went to Coventry High School, hockey players, soccer players. Our team is family, and I always say that.
And that goes down to people like Billy Lyons and Blevs and
the
rest
absolutely.
of them we see every single basketball game we go to.
Yep.
Every single volleyball game we go to. Every single football game we go to.
Mm-hmm.
That family is there.
That family's there. The family concept's there, and that's one thing I want. Is like we don't only work together, but we break bread together too. We're family.
Is that a load of Donna's back or yours?
We're all good at Coventry High School. All good.
I did want to take a minute to talk about the basketball and wrestling programs as well as we, God forbid, start thinking about winter programming.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Messier took his girls basketball team a long, long way this year.
And don't forget, he did that with 9th and 10th graders with a couple of seniors. You had Lapham, who's a great athlete, but he basically did that on the back of 9th and 10th graders, and they're coming back again this year. So along with an addition of a middle school team that, state title team. So, what, they have the reinforcements coming. And
is that an illustration of just how much a feeder program can improve the high school?
Absolutely, 110%. They got these guys down there at the middle school in our program and try to keep them in Coventry and not go to a Pontiac or a Situate. So, that was the whole point of, Dennis McGovern, becoming an athletic director down there. So, the feeder system has to be there. We have to get them to games and watch games and say, I want to play here at Coventry High School. I want to be a true Oak.
Andy's trying to develop that middle school level through gym classes and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. Because, don't forget, too, we not only have, Mike McCarthy, who's a wrestler, Coventry bred. You got Dennis McGovern, the AD. You got Dennis McGovern's wife, who's also, down there. You got Ricky Frigon, who's a soccer coach down there. So when I talk about family through the athletic program, it doesn't stop at the high school. It goes down.
Then there's Rich Pedroli. They coming back?
Oh,
Pendola.
yeah. He's
Did I say Pedroli?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
I was
That's why we're
surprised.
looking
I
at
was
each
like,
other.
Sorry, Pat.
Yeah. Who's that? Is that at my
Probably
staff?
working overtime right now.
That must have been a new hire.
As always.
Rich is coming back for another year. Everyone forgets, Rich started off like, 1-7 in the beginning of the year last year,
Yeah.
and he finished strong with actually real strong. I don't know the exact numbers, but it was like 7-2 towards the end stretch there. So, it took him a while to develop the team and the chemistry and get everybody to buy in. But at the end of the year, they were playing good ball. Everyone forgets the ending. They all wanted to see the beginning, but the ending is the way to evaluate.
And Charlie Gaffney's doing a great job with the wrestling program.
Oh, Charlie is again. Charlie
Charlie's
wrestled for us.
Coventry Wrestling.
Charlie is Coventry Wrestling, exactly. So he's doing a good job, and again, if we keep our wrestlers in town and not to Pontiac and Situate, we're going to be all right in the future.
I want to ask both of you this question. How important has fundraising become at the high school level? I know at college it was, you worked on it every single day. How about in West Warwick, Coventry, fundraising?
It's huge in Coventry. I'm lucky enough that I write grants, and we received over $100,000 through an ACT Foundation grant that I've been able to tap into. So my budget is supplemented by the ACT Foundation and the grants, and shout out to them because they're doing a great job. The fundraising is always there. We're lucky we have the Teletron, and we advertise on that. Every sport, most of the clubs, they do their own thing. So if they need hoodies or extra things that they want, that's where the money comes from. But again, I wouldn't say I'm well funded, but you know what? Everything I need, we try to get for every team. We're all about, I want to give every coach a chance to succeed in this program.
Yeah, I think likewise, each program is kind of fundraises its own, has their own little programs that they run. Jimmy's doing a great job reaching out to community members now in getting sponsorships for little things that kind of take the edge off the burden of the budget as far as equipment is concerned and uniforms. So yeah, we're starting to kind of do a little more with the ACT Foundation, writing proposals to get money for different sports teams, which is great. Yeah, it's a challenge, I think, for every sports, every high school. It's a challenge to raise money.
Absolutely.
When they pulled the soda out of out of the schools, it decimated athletic programs. I can speak from experience. We were making Glasgow was making over $25,000 for the athletic program, based on their contract with Pepsi-Cola, and then when they pulled, that was a lot of money. That was all those stories about Eid in the Plunder Dome. I lived those experiences. I went to Eid's. We had to go get the soda. Cianci would call and say, keep his machines on, because the principal at the time said, screw him, shut the machines off. As soon as he got in trouble, we don't answer to him.
Everybody had their kneecaps, right?
Well, yeah, but but I lived that, and that was a big chunk of money when they said the Healthy Schools Act. It took all those soda. I mean, kids are buying water, great, but they're not buying water like they were buying soda back then.
That's right.
They were making a lot of money. I mean, Pepsi made a ton, and they were able to give us a ton. So they really turned those machines over a lot. And I think that was the biggest hit, actually, to high school
Same in
athletics.
Coventry years ago. We had the Pepsi-Cola contract, and the Pepsi-Cola guys were coming 2 or 3 times a day.
Oh, they
filling up machines. Absolutely correct.
License to print money.
And same thing, the sodas were for the athletic department.
Yeah.
Correct. That money came to the athletic department.
We would have dances that, if the football team sponsored them, we'd go get the soda
Now
and then sell the soda.
we rely on gate money.
Yeah.
And with only 3 football games this year.
Yeah, we don't
Oh, you guys got 3 too.
administratively, I'm okay with that.
I guess we're gonna have to put a Situate game on there.
No, we should have a rule
I
that
think it's scheduled
no
already.
division,
being developed.
Division 6. I can't.
I do think that we've added the preliminary schedule, the looks in Portsmouth. They run in November, yeah.
You all right with that?
Yeah, I'll enjoy it.
Tuesday I have a meeting down at headquarters, 321 headquarters.
Yeah.
I have a meeting Tuesday, so we're gonna go
I'll
over the
enjoy.
schedule.
That would be fun to beat them up a little bit.
Can we do it early in the season if we get stuck on the stands? Because obviously
They're playing in November.
Oh, great,
Does it have to
Actually,
be
no, it's
Portsmouth?
late October. It's got to be late October.
great, nice and chilly.
Yep.
The playoffs.
Nice.
The playoffs now, I think, are the 3rd, the 10th, and the 17th. The 17th and the 18th.
Yeah, they're
The
done by
Super Bowl
Thanksgiving.
weekend, so yeah.
Sure, John. That'd be
So,
great.
yeah.
work
Are we
out.
going to do toll gate?
Thinking of you.
We do toll gate?
Yeah,
Toll gate where?
we are doing a toll gate.
We
Where?
are? All right.
They don't have a field, correct?
I'm not
Well,
gonna.
no, they're playing.
use
Where are
Warwick
they going to
Vets.
play
Warwick
Warwick
Vets.
Yeah,
Vets?
but we gotta. That's a condemned press
Oh, I'm
box.
not going
Blake
up
almost fell through the
Can't
floor.
we do that like we did the Charo in the end zone? I'm okay doing that.
Okay,
I'm
we
okay.
have computers and equipment. We can't be in the elements.
See, Coventry's trying to get your heat up in the press box this year.
John,
He would be great. Hey, listen, I just need to, I want to do more baseball. And I'm in all honesty, I want to do more baseball and softball for Coventry. I really do.
Mhm.
Got to do something about getting something, even a temporary type of thing, like a trailer or something to put with an overhang. No, seriously, you put a trailer out. You put a flatbed trailer behind home plate with like a tent or something like your Coventry tent you guys have.
Yeah.
You put that up. We would
Yeah.
come out there and do games, but can't be out in the open, can't be out in the
If
elements.
I'm not mistaken, we did the tent for you a couple of playoff games with Leo Bush, correct?
No, we never did any.
You never did that for
We
you?
did one game. So I do remember this. We did one softball game and we did one baseball game. And I said, we can't do this. The equipment's taking a hit with all the dust and the sand and
Yeah.
things like that. I said, I'd love to do it. I mean, trust me, we love doing games. Especially softball. I'm a huge girls softball fan. Relax. But it's fun. I enjoy doing the games. I really do.
enjoy that.
I enjoy.
Yeah,
We do the
I
West
enjoy
Warwick
doing it.
games. We have a great time. And we I'll say it publicly. He and I will look at the schedule. All right, what's work boys, what's work girls. Let's do the girls.
Yep.
They're exciting. They're fun to do, and the girls really enjoy it.
Faster too.
Yeah, exactly. That's
With apologies to Rich Fred here.
yeah, Rich, relax over there. We're gonna do games. Don't worry.
Faster games too.
He's texting you as we speak.
Yeah, my phone's gonna blow up in a few minutes.
We never did get to Leo Bush. But here's a guy that's been around now for 30 years.
Yes, probably. Not only one of the best coaches in Coventry, but I think one of the best coaches in the state.
And very well respected.
Very well respected, a total gentleman. I never have to worry about Leo with anything.
He's got Bobby Downey in his side.
He's got Downey, another
Collectively, it's about another 60 years.
another class act.
You're a baseball guy.
Yep. If you remember correctly, Leo was my assistant. And then I went in to become assistant athletic director, and I gave up baseball to Leo. And then it was Leo's program from here on in, and he's just stayed with me. And I'm very happy with the way the baseball program looks. And don't forget too, they have all 9th and 10th graders. Our 9th and 10th grade class have great athletes. Great athletes.
They took some lickings this year. They're going to be very, very good.
Yeah, they took some tough hits this year. It seemed every time they made an error, it was a 7-run error. That Henrican game opening day, they made one error, it cost them 9 runs. If they don't make that error, they're out of that inning.
They had a problem with Chris and West as well. I think we did that game. But yeah,
That'll change. That'll
Yep.
change. Leo does a tremendous job with the baseball team.
what is your number one priority going into the new academic year?
The new academic year, my number one priority. That's a good question, John.
Thank you very much.
That's a great question. I think I'm zooming in on the complex and getting a complex. Like you said, you don't have nowhere to do baseball and softball games. I want to make sure you're there for baseball and softball. So I think it's the physical plant. If you say that, I think I have the right coaches everywhere. It's taken 3 years. I think I have not only good coaches, I think I have great coaches everywhere. I think the parents are on board with what's going on in the shift in Coventry athletics and what we're looking for. I know we just negotiated with Cranston West with hockey now. We just co-op with Cranston West.
Wow.
So, that was a biggie for our hockey team. National hockey, right now we have 40 in a JV program. So I reached out to, PAD, Rob Mako, and we came together with Mike Trafficante for us. And now we have a hockey program that's going to play at Cranston West and practice at Cranston West and be part of that co-op.
So they're going to be going over to that's ice rink.
Absolutely correct. So I think we're excited for the hockey, at least.
Breaking news on settling the score.
Yeah.
First, just did it last week, so you guys got the first scoop on it.
Breaking news on settling the score.
Gotta love it.
That's great.
Yep.
how
Breaking
hard-
news.
How hard is it for the development of the girls' co-op? Because they're in with who?
Yeah.
A conglomeration of.
Yeah. That, to be honest with you, I don't have much to do with it because it's not my co-op. So it's all up to them. We got 1 or 2 girls that play hockey, and I'm not sure about the freshmen coming in. They're hockey players, the female hockey players.
So is that how it works, Michael? It's all teachable. Co-op is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like regionalization of the sport. So I mean, that's at some point you might get that for the boys too. It's a weird hockey's a weird animal when it comes to that, because anyone who's really a dedicated hockey kid is playing somewhere else. They're not playing Rhode Island hockey into League hockey. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see how hockey develops. I have a question for you. Maybe flag football passes. Maybe
we have a flag football team. You do know
That's
that, right?
That's what I'm asking. Right, so that's just a question.
Probably the
So
most exciting sport in Coventry High School
There you
last
go.
season.
So we're moving the Interscholastic League and the Principals Committee is moving towards. I think we just kind of finalized the criteria for putting a sport in place. With that being said, the question falls on the athletic directors. If we add a sport based on the desire of what kids want to play, are there sports that you would say, well, kids on the bleachers, it's a sustained program. It's something fun, something that's more popular, it is more demand.
That's a great question. That really is a great question. And Donna and I struggle with that, and Brooke Maycumber too. struggle with if we run flag football, do we lose lacrosse?
Oof.
You know, if we
That's-
run flag football, do we lose track stars?
Yeah.
You know, they can play both. You know, that was nice about a Saturday. We ran it as a club.
Yeah, right.
So when the Interscholastic League said it's not going to be an Interscholastic League sport, we jumped on a club.
Yeah.
So my stipends came out of club money and not
Right.
athletic funds.
Right.
And we had a lot of kids on flag football. Again, you know, uniforms, the excitement was there. My coaching staff was put in place. You know, I had Rick Lehman, who's an assistant football coach. You know, I had Billy Tenalia, who's a phys ed teacher, you know, every Saturday doing their thing. And it started off as practice one day a week, believe it or not. And it turned into the girls wanting to practice 4 days a week, 3 days a week. It was crazy. One day I walked out of the high school, it was pouring, everything was canceled. I looked out on the field and there was the flag football team playing in the pouring rain.
They love it.
They love it.
It's really a growing, it's bursting, it's booming. It's an Olympic sport,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Colleges are now offering scholarships for that. I just think, you know, things change. And then,
Yeah.
so we had this, it was a philosophical conversation because I'm in support of it.
I am too.
And so, because I see the benefit of it and in the demand of young ladies that want to play. Do you really, I'm never as someone's involved in athletics, I've never agreed with denying a sport that's wanted because you're afraid to lose other kids. Lisa Ray was not going to go play flag football. You don't lose Lisa Ray. Back in the day, Maddie Berkson was a runner for me at classical. She wasn't going to stop running to go play flag football. So, and I do think that at some sports there are some that go up and down and they ebb and flow in popularity. I know one team that had to make a decision for cheerleading. Cheerleading was now recognized as a sport.
Mhm.
A big push, so you can, instead of going club, I can pull them into my athletic budget, pay them like a coach, which is more than I paid them as a club, you know. And so therefore something had to go. So my buddy, they had to dissolve the boys lacrosse team.
Exactly with the girls. My
It's a
goal was
tough
the
thing.
girls lacrosse team. Would I take numbers from the girls? Not worried too much about track, like you said.
You
You
know.
know, track's got 50, 60 kids in there. You know, they'll be all right. But the lacrosse team, say they have 20, you know, and they lose a couple here and there, that hurts.
Yeah.
So I had to weigh that out. And again, I have to give the kids what they want. That's my job. And I agree 110%. It would have broken my heart if my lacrosse team, you know, had to get cut or we had to do another co-op with another school to keep lacrosse there. But I think when it comes to shove, I have to give the student body what they want.
Yeah.
Do you see a popularity in the flag football because of parents? And the reason why I say this, I know a couple of parents and some kids who are great athletes, would be great football players, great hands, they're fast, but their parents will let them play traditional football because of being injured.
Mm-hmm.
And now these kids are like being denied that opportunity. Go ahead. And so now with this flag football being offered,
Is this a product? Is this a byproduct of dads having daughters and dads grew up playing football and all of a sudden I want my kid to
no,
play football?
I've
That's
heard
the people I know
that
had
that might
daughters
be
and
one.
they went like this, play flag football.
That might be
'Cause they
one
just-
aspect.
They wanted to call plays.
But I'm finding it more from even parents who have boys who don't want their kids getting. I think it's more of that concussion syndrome, kids getting hit in the head. You know, so let's just take a 14-year-old who just happens to be a little bit bigger than this 13-year-old. And they get tackled and they fall wrong, they hit their head. So these parents are pulling their kids out or not allowing them to play traditional football.
Well, we rubberized playgrounds. Everyone wears a
No,
helmet
I
when they
know.
ride a bike. You know.
And I'm just
the
playing
caps
devil's
too.
advocate. I'm playing devil's
The
advocate
helmet
saying,
caps.
Well,
So-
so
yeah.
the Shriners have you that come across your desk yet?
Mhm.
It has to, because it went to Terry Lynch, and then Justin Erickson took over the
Yeah, Erickson's involved.
right. So as the Shriners have offered to outfit all the football teams in Rhode Island with Guardian caps.
Yes.
So we put a questionnaire out to all the ADs, and how many would you like? What colors would you want? Like just to
That-
get an idea. So
that did come across my desk, but I also have Earl Reed too, who wrote a grant for
Yeah.
it up at the State House to try to fund like half of our team
Yeah.
with the Guardian caps. So we're working a couple
Or-
of different things.
they're going to give it for free. Maybe you can write a grant for something else.
Yeah,
You know,
yes,
I mean,
exactly.
Get them for free. The Shriners are being very, gracious. And they called us and asked, "Hey, how would you like this?" And So we'll see. We need some numbers, and I wouldn't say if you have a team of 70, you have to give them 70. I think maybe you give, I think each team has 30, and then that's a good start, because you're gonna have to, resupply them.
My girls' flag football team, I bought them all the headbands, the Guardian
Love that.
headbands.
Yeah, I love
Not the whole helmet itself,
No,
but just
just
the
the headband.
headbands and with the Oka symbol.
Love it.
So yeah, that worked out pretty good for them.
I'm a big fan. I really am. I'm a big supporter.
Let's do a couple of games, and I'm not joking. Let's do a
It's
couple
fun.
of games
It's fast. It's fun.
just to kind of promote the product that's out there, to let people see what's out there and see how it's run, and see how it's done.
We do our powder puff, around homecoming. It's packed. It's fun.
I was told.
And
I
but
remember.
the problem is that I've always said this, and it kind of no one listens, because they don't realize I've been around sports forever.
Because you're a young one.
Yeah, thanks. So, you can't have 22 kids on a field. 22 kids that don't know how to play football on a field. Someone's going to get hurt. So you got to set it up. So if we have a flag football program, then you can model all our fundraisers after that. Because right now they have no idea what it looks like. They're listening to me talk, and I'm telling them this is what it's supposed to be. I've studied 8-man football for these schools here in Rhode Island that might not be able to handle a full 11-man on the field. So we're looking at 8-man football as an option instead of co-opting maybe. So I realized what flag football what you require. I know the logistics of it. We want 11 on 11. Someone's going to get hurt.
Are there out-of-state best practices that anybody's looked at
For what?
for flag football?
Oh, there's a NFHS guided rule books of what it is. Yeah, it's pretty out.
That's where it's
been
going to
there.
head. That's where it's heading.
It just didn't pop up in Rhode Island. Flag football, I first got wind of it from a friend in Las Vegas who's a phys ed teacher in the middle school. And he says, you guys got to do flag football. It's booming out here in Vegas. So that's where I first heard about it. And, getting most of the information from Nevada as far as 8-man football and flag football and what are those kind of the guidelines.
Are we getting closer to 8-man football at the lower levels?
We're Rhode Island, man. It's going to be impossible to get anyone to think outside
20
the
years.
box. We still argue over who's in Division One, who shouldn't be in Division One. We can't get the injury fund right.
I think it's also taken off in Rhode Island too. If you watch the very first game that, at least my girls anyways, because I was at every game on Saturday over there in Johnston with Erickson, and just the competition alone was changing weekly. I was watching my girls run and, scoring a touchdown or two, and then it became at the end like week 3 or week 4 where they're actually extending the ball over the goal line and running, and doing that stuff. So, they were getting better and better every week. There's no doubt about it.
I've been a great flag football. I told her, I said, you'd be awesome if they had a team. She's so mad. She's graduating. Karina Blanco.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. You should see her powder puff. She's so fast. I'm like, it's terrible because we had some really good kids that really would have really excelled.
Even a game of speed.
Yeah, she was a fast kid. So we don't have lacrosse at West Warwick. It would be great to put that in there. But I'm certainly not the guy with the purse strings, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if there's a demand knocks on Jimmy's door saying we want flag football.
It's another edition of Settling the Score here on 321, emanating from Tavern on 3 here in West Greenwich. You want to talk about Dan's new place?
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get back.
Okay.
Welcome to Dan's Place, Rhode Island's #1 stop for amazing food, drinks, and live entertainment. Dan's Place offers a fantastic selection of unique menu items, including pizzas, pasta, steaks, and seafood. Here's what our customers have to say: a masterpiece on a crust. Watch your favorite New England teams on one of Dan's 4 big screen TVs. Looking for a great place to meet? Try Dan's Place.
I'm Dan from Dan's Place, where your only regret is not coming in sooner.
If it's a truck you're looking for, we have it here in stock at Sandy Motors. From Chevy, Ford, Ram, Toyota, Hyundai, and more. Check out all our truck selection in person or at sandymotors.com. With easy, flexible financing, you can drive home today. Sandy Motors, where we make car buying wicked easy.
We've told you for years that AJ's Restaurant is Kent County's go-to spot for great breakfast, lunch, and takeout too at 828-4160. And now you'll find more parking. Mere steps from the back of the building to AJ's front doors. AJ's. Plenty of those world-famous home fries, plenty of parking, and as always, popular for breakfast, popular for lunch. 1365 Main Street, West Warwick.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. Here in Rhode Island, we take pride in taking care of our own. At Lathrop Insurance, we have spent 86 years helping families and businesses protect what matters most. Whether it's your home, your business, or the legacy you're building, our team is here to provide peace of mind through customized insurance solutions. We're proud to support high school sports across Rhode Island because when our community grows stronger, we all win. Lathrop Insurance. Personalized protection, local expertise. Visit lathropinsurance.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
Since 1974, Bill's Place has been serving up great times and unforgettable food. From family celebrations to post-game meals, it's the spot Kent County calls home, right on Main Street in West Warwick. Bill's Place has been part of the community for over 50 years, and it just keeps getting better. Come see what everyone's been raving about. For takeout, call 401-828-2300 or visit us online at billsplaceri.com. Bill's Place, where tradition meets great taste.
I'm Dr. Devin Barley. I own Greenwich Bay Chiropractic right on Main Street in East Greenwich. We are a chiropractic office that offers services like therapeutic exercise as well as non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. Even if you're dealing with a chronic health issue that you just kind of say it is the way that it is, there are so many people that we've been able to help who thought that they didn't have any other options. If you're dealing with things like arthritis, headaches, low back pain, disc injury, pain down your leg or your arm due to a disc injury, those are great cases for us, and those are people that we've been able to help quite a bit.
The Pizza Nomad is pizza, grinders, salads, pickings, calzones, flats, specialty pizzas, and more. Pizza Nomad. Eat life to the fullest.
Wood River Health provides medical, dental, and behavioral health care to over 10,000 people a year, even when they can't afford to pay for the care they need. The cost of providing healthcare services has increased, and the grant funding we receive doesn't fully cover the cost of patient care. We, like other community health centers across the country, count on community support to keep our doors open. With your help, we can keep serving as a safety net for your neighbors. Will you help us invest in our mission?
Guys, history in put that on. Hi. We're back with settling the score.
Good,
Good.
keep
No,
going.
I'm done.
All right, guys,
Who's
keep
that? I
talking.
don't want to hear
Keep
it.
talking.
You know,
You want to come to
yeah.
see the Steve Patty band tonight?
Who's that?
You got to get out more.
I was out last night, passing league.
You could have came here afterwards.
Yeah.
What time did it end?
8.
You could have been
I
here.
was in bed by 9.
Of course you were. You could have came to the Tavern on the 3.
I love this place. I drive by it every day.
I know because you live like
I could've
800
walked
feet
here.
from here.
Could have came to St. Mary's Feast in Cranston.
I'm going there
How about
tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow. St. Mary's
Let's put a
Feast.
plug in for Cranston,
That's
too.
fine.
There
That's
you go.
fine. Yeah, I know that. Go see Mike Trafficanti down there at St. Mary's Feast. The parade's tomorrow morning. But yeah, tonight Steve Patty band here at Tavern on 3.
What kind of music?
It's classic rock, right up your alley.
Okay.
Perfect.
I mean, you're not a Frank Sinatra guy, are you?
Keep going. I know. Yeah.
Oh my God! But you know what the big event is here that's coming up, and we have a meeting here on Monday with our friend Wayne Johnson from Aurora Fuel. They're doing a big, huge barbecue and
Can't wait for
smoking
that.
competition on August 22nd.
Nice.
And all the proceeds, it's $35 to come in. You get all the food you want, and you're gonna have 2 bands, and it's all the proceeds are going to an organization called Veterans Inc. And Veterans Inc. is provides housing for veterans coming back from overseas and coming out of the service, and some of these old veterans who just need a little help.
Yeah.
And that's what these guys do, and that's called Veterans Inc. So that's going to all the proceeds are going to that big
when is
barbecue competition, August 22nd. It's a Saturday. We're going to do the show live from here, obviously. They're going to start smoking at like the night before, like 9 o'clock the night before. And they're going to be smoking all overnight.
I'll be
Yeah.
uncontrollable.
What's that?
I will be uncontrollable.
They're going to have all their smokers lined up over there, and
You're going to keep me away from
Nice.
barbecue? No way.
we'll see what happens.
No
Is it a
way.
competition?
Yeah, it's a competition. I'm learning a lot about this. There's actually a federation that will actually send judges.
Yeah, Kansas City barbecue.
Something I
Oh,
don't
really?
even know the name of the company, but I know
So-
they're sending judges. They're gonna. I mean,
I
Big
thought
time.
about becoming a judge.
Yeah.
Because I went
I
online.
know we talked about that.
Yeah. So you have to qualify. You have to go to certain trainings and stuff. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, so that's August 22nd here on Tavern on 3. So lots going on, lots
That
of
I'm
benefits.
definitely going to be here for that.
You sure?
Absolutely, I love.
Other than
I-
just
I
doing
do
the show.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm going to be here. No, I'm going to. I'll come alone at that point. It's just.
You know, Dan Hebert was one of my students many years ago.
You say, hey, we talked to him earlier. He says he still owes you detention.
Yeah, he still owes me detention. You're right. I'm glad to see he made it big time up here.
Yeah, it's beautiful here.
It's gorgeous.
Great job. Cleaned it right up. Did a great job.
It is nice, and.
Next week we're here, by the way, guys. We're back here next week, but we're going to be inside
For the first time.
Yeah, for the first time.
Okay.
Well, Dan's having his 50th family reunion next Saturday here, and it begins at 9 a.m. There's like 150 people coming.
Right.
So I don't think we fit in with the Hebert family.
Are you invited?
Yeah, well, I am invited. Yeah, I'll be here. But I said we'll do the show inside, so we're not in the middle of everything and people bringing their chairs and their stuff. And so we're doing it here next week. But we're going to be inside. So you guys get to see the first time going inside since you redid the inside, too.
Awesome.
So mark it down, August 22nd.
August 22nd. I'll be doing an ad. We'll be playing an ad for it. I got a meeting here on Monday. And then my buddy Ben is going to put together a little PSA ad for Ben. Yeah, it'll be fun. That's going to be a good time. I can't wait. Who bands? I don't even know what the bands are yet. I'll find out Monday. Yeah.
Are you here for the music tonight?
No. Well, no, because I have, to be honest, I have season tickets to Theater by the Sea. So tonight is Grease. And from what I'm hearing, it's a 10 out of 10, this production of Grease. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I hear it's excellent.
West Warwick's own department music lead, Rich Marchetti, will be in the pit.
Yes, yeah, I saw that.
He works that's one of the summer gigs.
So that's where I'll be tonight.
All right.
I'll be here tomorrow for Sunday Fun Day. I don't know who's here. Oh, the Tangents are here tomorrow. That's another classic rock band. It does everything 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's tomorrow, 3 to 7 here. The Tangents. Sunday Fun Day.
Where do they set up booths?
Right behind you. Stage. Stage right behind you. They bring their own lights.
It's a perfect setup. Perfect venue.
And you know, so I will say this before Dan took over a couple months ago. The timing is perfect. They start at 7, they end at 11. Town ordinance. Town ordinances.
Yeah.
But it's perfect. Yeah, well, this was here. Listen, this has been here before those houses were built. That's what I found out. We've done a long history of this place, and maybe someday we'll get Dan on here. Good luck.
Does the band go off at 11 or
At
the
11
place
o'clock.
shut down?
They shut down at 11 o'clock. Not past 11.
So the restaurant and everything shuts
Restaurant stays open.
Stays open.
No outdoor entertainment. All right, go back to talking sports. I know he's got something to say.
Me? No. How about those Red Sox, John?
11 in a row, baby.
11 in a row, and
Now you
10-3
gotta
yesterday,
buy.
that first
Buy. I was last time we said it, sell.
what are they now?
Buy.
5 games on the Yankees now?
I know they're 4. I know they're
5.5
500.
games behind the Yankees.
And they're tied for third in the wild card.
They're tied for the wild
third
card,
wild
the
card
third wild card spot, and now they're at 500 for the first time since March.
So that's
It's the second day of the since they were 1-1.
Yeah, imagine that.
But you know what's funny? We talked about it last week. Coming out of the All-Star break, we were very worried that they couldn't keep that momentum. You said it. You were afraid that they couldn't keep the momentum going coming out of the All-Star break.
Right.
Bad timing, whatever. Because last year, if you remember, 10 in a row last year going into the All-Star break, they came out and lost the first 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Last year out of the All-Star break.
Began.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. Do they pick? Are they buyers or are they sellers?
I think they're buyers.
I think they're buyers too, but
What are they buying?
I was just going to say, do we still want that pop in the bat? Because right now playing small ball is working for them.
Yeah, the guys who can play small ball play small ball. The guys who can hit the ball over the fence. That, in other words, everyone has a role here.
You got Matsutake Yoshida there, bunting.
Yeah,
and that's a guy that can pop
yeah,
the
he
ball.
can.
You know what I'm saying? But you got him going up there
When
bunting
they have
to get up.
Contreras bunt, then you got to say, what are you doing? There are certain situations in a game where.
Are you saying Trevor Story who? Are you
There's
saying
a
that?
dynamic too. I mean, all the talk shows are talking about the fact that Myers out.
I agree.
Roman Anthony's out. He's way out. He's down in Florida. Story's out, and maybe that the chemistry in the dugout's a little better because of those guys out there.
You said that last week.
You know, and so
Chad Tracy, was it Breslow or Tracy had an update for Roman Anthony yesterday. You know what his words were? Status quo.
That's it.
There was a reel that was sent to me earlier today about trading for Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah.
Yes.
We talked
I
about
heard
that
that,
last
yeah.
week. Yeah.
Do you pull the trigger? Fogg's a baseball guy, so we get some of this by him too. Do you throw a Connolly Early, a Jake Bennett, a Peyton Toley, God forbid, with
No.
Marcelo Meyer,
Marcelo
some
Meyer, yes.
prospects? Well, you can't get something for nothing. I mean, you can't just say Marcelo Meyer for Bobby Witt Jr.
No, but I don't
straight
give up any of that pitching.
But
No,
who
you
else?
might give
No,
up.
You might give up
Sonny
one.
Gray.
Sonny Gray.
You give up
That's
Gray
the name. That's the name
because
that came up.
he doesn't really want. That sounds like he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At 36 years old, he doesn't want to be
So-
part of a
so-
rebuild.
Right. So Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray, maybe a couple of prospects in Worcester who are still pretty good. But you
Durant.
don't touch Bennett. You don't touch. I don't think you touch Durant either.
Why would you touch Durant?
What's he hitting? 190 something.
Yeah, but his
Maybe
defense, the outfield.
It hasn't been better now. His defense is.
They've all come
You
around.
got
Look
two
at
Gold
Kane.
Glove guys, center and right, are Gold Glove guys. He's not. So you can get a left fielder.
But you were worried about Caleb Durbin in the beginning of the season. He came around. He got out of his slump. He's starting to come around defensively.
How many years has he been in the league so far?
2.
Yeah. How many years has Durant been in the league?
4, 5.
No, I think you can get rid of him.
What do you think, Fogg?
Yeah, I was going to ask Fogg. What do
I
you
agree.
think?
I just sit back and watch. That's it.
Really?
I was down on him in the beginning of the season. Now I just watch. I don't get too excited. I just watch baseball. That's it.
I think. What would you say? Getting rid of drive line been a big thing. Bet analytics. They got
I
rid of
only
it.
know what I hear on the sports show. So
I
that's what they
googled it
say.
today, to be honest with you, before
Yeah.
I got here, and they actually got rid of it. They got rid of that analytics, and they just did away with all that. You know, you got to do this in this situation when you get up to bat. So every situation, every batter gets told what to do before they get into the on deck circle. And now it's gone. Go up and hit the ball. If you're a power hitter, hit the damn ball. You know, try to hit a home run.
And Fogg and I know this.
Basics.
Yeah.
If you're a great coach, it's in your gut.
That's right. It's in your gut. Absolutely correct. You make the call from the gut. People might not like it though, John.
No, I think it's right.
What's that?
I think it's right. I think you go with your experience kind of tells you what to do at some point. It's important.
Well, how a World Series won 20, 30 years ago? They weren't using analytics. They were using their
No,
gut.
they had baseball players.
You know?
They had baseball players. They didn't have guys who spent 365 days in a lab swinging videoing their swing mechanics and
All I can think of is
They didn't
Rocky
do all
IV
that
and,
stuff.
and Ivan
Nolan Ryan,
Drago.
Nolan Ryan,
You know?
those guys had, they played baseball. George Brett, Rod Carew, Tony Gwynn. They didn't need to sit there and watch film of themselves. They figured out what they needed to do to swing the bat correctly for them. And I think everyone has a different swing. And I think we, paralysis through analysis. We look too much at things and then nothing happens. There's too much looking at film to kind of tweak this thing. You're thinking, is my head right? Where's my hands? Where's my front knee? Really, I think there's a lot. We kind of hamstrung kids, but it also goes to the point where kids nowadays aren't playing out with their friends. Everything's so sterile. Everything's in a package where they never go out to the field and just grab a ball and play pepper. They don't hit, home run derby. They don't do that stuff. Like you learned how to hit a ball to right by trying to hit the ball to your friend in left and it's going over here. Or you shut off. You had a few kids, so you shut off right field's automatic out.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now you didn't hit the ball.
That's old school right there.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah,
up right
wow.
field.
I forgot about that. I remember playing
It's
right
right field. You're out.
Right field's
You're
dead.
out. That's it.
So I mean that doesn't happen. Everything's under the watchful eye of and I appreciate parents because without them, but there's guys who trying to relive youth and they're kind of teach. They get mad. They pull their kid from one program and they start a new program, and then someone there gets mad and they go to another program. So you're loosening up, or you're what's the word I'm looking for? The talent is becoming spreading out. And there's one good kid on a team instead of few
I
kids
wasn't
that
that kid.
they get better as they grow together.
You were the last one picked in gym class, right?
I was in right field. I was in right field.
All right, we'll
I was
take
a right
it.
fielder guy. Yeah, I was.
All right, we'll take them.
Until they needed a catcher, so basically I was just a backstop.
So I tell Molly, anyone can throw the ball back on you. You got to be a little better. Add something. Add something.
Did anybody watch the Ghost Fight?
Some of it.
Ghost Fight?
No, I watched Home Run Derby a little bit.
See, that was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I had it on mute.
Well,
I think I was listening to something.
I shouldn't say it was horrible. I think the performances were great. Like the guys hitting the ball.
Can't compare home run derby to like the dunk competition, the NBA dunk competition.
I just think the presentation on Netflix sucked. Oh, it was horrible. They were just trying to mimic Chris Berman. They were
we've gone through that about 30 times on this show already. We've only been on for like 35 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Sox, keep going. It's awesome.
Let me get back to the outfield, though. Even considering Robert Anthony as a fourth outfielder, who else is in the mix to play in the outfield if you want to get rid of Jared Durant? Yoshida? You can probably get away with him at home. But when he goes out to the bigger fields in California, Yankee Stadium, Masataka Yoshida does not cut it, cutting off the gaps in left center field. Is that why they're hanging out to Jared Durant? I think yes.
Yeah, maybe that's it. That's it. I can't think. I know they have those guys on that roster that can play in the outfield. Just now it's escaping me. It's all right.
I don't think Yoshida can play left field at Fenway Park.
Can't.
He can't play that wall.
And right now, you can't take his bat off the lineup either.
No. I don't know. You know what? There's some players playing that I had never even heard of in the beginning of the season. Siegler,
he's turning
Harris.
it up though.
You know what's that?
Siegler.
You know what I'm saying? So there's got to be somebody that's tucked away somewhere that's a hidden gem for an outfield that they can bring up and kind of groom to that left field wall. If you get rid of Jared Durant, slowly bring him up.
Can you look up in your little gizmo?
Sure, I can do my computer. Sure.
Bobby, what's contract status?
Your machine.
Because that's another thing that comes into play. What may be an off-season acquisition?
He's a renter. No, if you're going to get him,
If you got to get him, you got to sign him.
Yeah, but you got to get him now. Why would you?
He signed a 11-year, $288 million contract with the Royals, including a signing bonus of like $7 million. 2006, Witt will earn a base salary of $13 million while carrying a total salary of $14 million.
When Kansas City dumped part of that salary and make the trade a little more, how should I say, palatable?
Maybe.
Otherwise,
Jeremy Pena's a free agent.
Exactly.
But then he's
there are alternatives.
So there's your shortstop.
Yeah, there's your shortstop. There's your bat.
There's your bat. Jeremy Pena.
Oh.
I don't know if
do you go for the Mercedes or do you go for the Hyundai?
He's not a Hyundai.
No, he's far better than a Hyundai. Although I've driven out 5 in a row and I love them all.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
But I'm saying, you got the Cadillac in Kansas City, and you got the next tier down in Houston.
Yeah, I mean, you need an everyday shortstop. Chang's doing well, right?
We haven't heard word one from kind of falafel either.
Yeah, I don't know why they sat him down as long as they have.
No offensive production. Little offensive.
What a contract Bobby Bonilla signed. Holy mackerel. Oh.
Why would Kansas City get rid of his foundational piece?
Money.
Salary dump?
Salary dump. $14 million this year, $20 million next year, $31 million in 28, $36 million in 28, $36 million in 30. Then there's opt-outs after that, through 31 through 37. He has an opt-out. And then 35 to 37, the club has an opt-out. And those years are all 28 to $35 million.
Wow. So the older you get, your production might wane, you get more money.
You get more money. Yeah, it's guaranteed more money.
Yep. Inflation.
Yeah, you might not play next year. Right? They might have a lockout.
Oh, that was a big, could be without baseball for a while.
Yeah. What am I going to listen to?
As was the case in 1981. When we were Red Sox affiliate back then, and they went on strike, and we ended up doing semi-fast softball.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
What did you do?
Semi-fast
The
softball.
Rhode Island Modified Pitch Softball League. They played at Amy Smith Field. They played at Buddy Green Field in Coventry. We did like 101 games that year.
I remember that.
And we made money.
Oh.
They were sponsors.
And then they had that guy that came in. We did that game. What was this? The King in His Court.
Earl,
Yeah.
Eddie Fader.
Eddie Fader, the King in His
Yep.
Court. Remember that? You guys did that game. I remember as a little kid.
A pitcher, a catcher, an infielder, an outfielder.
Yep.
4 players.
And they played it. It was like a fundraiser for Modified Pitch League. I remember that. Yep. See, I'm old. I'm
Not
old.
bad.
What else? What else is on the agenda? World
Guess-
Cup.
Oh yeah, tomorrow the finals.
Thank God
On
it's
the
over.
finals. Oh, you didn't enjoy it?
Oh no, it was Portugal was in it. He'd be all dabbed up in all his red and green
He
shirts.
came here with his Red Sox Portugal.
Oh yeah, this Portugal's out.
Brutal.
So yeah,
Brutal.
that's why he's all miserable.
I am. United States and Portugal on it. That's
Yeah.
probably the two teams I was.
But
rooting
weren't
for.
you caught up in what's
Yes, I
going
was.
on?
I'm not going
You caught it. You have to. You have
You
to
have to
watch.
watch it.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. I watched a lot. I watched a lot of soccer.
What was that game? England and Argentina, where Argentina scored the 2
The
goals.
2 goals in the last
last
6
thing.
minutes.
Yeah, that was pretty.
They had a pretty
exciting.
good stat yesterday about Argentina coming from behind with like 5 minutes left in all those games.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the last 4
And it
or 5
wasn't
games.
Messi who scored the goals
Yeah.
either.
No.
Right? You know,
Although he did set
although
up.
he
he
I
did
was just
set
going
up
to say, it was a lot of
The
assists.
perfect pass helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Perfect pass helps.
Now I'm
Yeah.
going to take it a step further. You
Oh,
guys
boy.
are really going to love this one.
Oh,
but nothing beats listening to Andreas Cantor, who's the voice of soccer on television, who's Argentinian or Argentine or Argentine, whatever.
One of those.
But hearing him call Argentina's win over England in Spanish made it sound like a passion play. Because and then you go back to them winning last year and hearing his call of Argentina winning the World Cup. And you can just hear all the emotion pouring out of this guy who's only. And if you listen. Goal!
He's got it up.
You got it.
He's got it up.
Okay, that's enough.
There is nothing more marvelous than hearing that. No one in America can capture
Yeah.
what that man does. And now he's
I don't know.
carrying Argentina what?
When Saddam hits a home run, Will Fleming's call. It rivals that.
Please.
Go ahead. Say Don, say goodbye.
Oh God! See, that's so. Come on, be original.
What?
All right,
what he
don't
said.
be a
He's a
John
John
Sterling.
Oh,
John
please.
Sterling
Guys,
wannabe. Come up with all your
guy
original.
doing?
All these young kids want to be John Sterling, Dan Patrick, Stuart Scott. No, Chris Berman.
What does this guy do except say exactly what happened? Goal.
But it's
There's
the
no
way,
creativity.
the way he
yells
says
it.
it.
it's the way he says
No,
it.
but
He's the one that did it. He's the one that
Yeah,
came
it's
up
true.
with it.
Yes,
Go before him.
He
Say,
said
oh, that was a
exactly-
goal.
He said exactly what it was. That's like going touchdown and screaming it forever. Goal. Yeah, good.
Well, that's his thing.
Home
That's his
run.
shtick. John Prenti can't do that when we do soccer in the fall.
Nope.
Would be nice.
No, not gonna happen.
He better get his inhaler out, but sure.
You might make sure you're wearing the right clothes. Use the bathroom first before you
He'll have to go to the bathroom after.
change.
They go from goal to oh no.
That's right. Patriots coming up football. I know we gotta get going.
Oh man. All right, Patriots for
Patriots.
football. What do you got?
Well, I think we just, it's less than 60 days away, I believe.
I think it's 55.
Yeah.
55.
Yep, that's great. Very excited to see what happens. Is this the year Drake May kind of makes people believe? The people who aren't believers like me, is this a year they make? He turns me into thinking, okay, he can, under 2 minutes left, he can do what Brady used to do. Let's see. He's got the weapons. It isn't like he doesn't have.
Is that
the
what it's
weapons.
going to take for you? A couple
Yeah.
of fourth quarter.
Yeah, in other
rallies?
words, and so my opinion of Brady changed in the Atlanta Super Bowl versus Atlanta. Where I said he's great. Like at that point, I was like, he's great. Like there's no game that he can't win at this point. When it's time, that was the game that was the mark for me. That just he is awesome. Like we're watching the best quarterback that I'll ever watch. If even May can even bring that out of me a little bit, then I'll believe. I just don't think so. I don't see him. He's not a dynamic passer. He's not a dynamic runner. He's functional. He gets the job done. He hits the open guy. He throws a good deep ball, a fade ball. We'll see. I don't dislike him. I'm just not in love with him like everyone else.
Tom Brady, starting quarterback for flag football in the Olympics in 28.
He's a clown. I think the other thing, he's a clown. I like Tom Brady. I like him as a football player for the Patriots. Outside of that, he's a clown. He's an embarrassment to himself because the way he's conducting himself is terrible. He's not a likable guy.
It's going to go viral. We're going to cut this up and we're going to
So what do you
send
think
it viral.
about Bill Belichick?
I don't like him either. I never did. But as a coach, I thought he's a kid. He's a guy who never had a job outside of coaching. That's it. And those guys who are so hyper-focused, they don't interact well with humans. They only interact with people that speak the same language. So, no, I think he's a devious dude that bent the rules as much as he can bend them because he knows the rules as well.
And he did not change with the times of coaching football.
He knows football. I'm not saying all right.
Did he move along with the future?
I don't like Parcells, and he's a Parcells person. I don't like Parcells. I like as far as, and he's awful, was Jimmy Johnson. He was a great motor. He was a psychology major. He knew how to, he says it, and I say it to this day. He treats everyone, you're supposed to treat everyone the same. No. If
Can't do that.
No, if you're the starting quarterback, you fall asleep. He tells that story about John Roper he cut. I'm a bum and I fell asleep. I'm getting cut. You're going to stay on the team. So he knew how to treat different athletes differently. And so he's won at the college level. He won in the pros. Very few guys have done that. So
when I was with another radio station, I covered Parcells. That was my beat, and covered Parcells. And let me tell you, what a unique individual to deal with. I was afraid of him.
He's just
as a young beat reporter for the Patriots, for the radio station. Oh, I was afraid of him. I just let everybody else deal with him. I just got my sound.
You don't need to be mean.
He was.
You don't need to be mean. That's the problem.
But he was.
Like, if you want to treat your players a certain way, I don't mind that. But when you treat reporters a certain way, you treat other people like crap. I always felt this. He was here. Everyone else is here. So therefore, I'm going to talk down to everybody. I never was a big Bill Parcells fan.
Well, I think we can handle it one way far because we've both been through it. There are certain players you have to coddle. There are certain players that you have to let it fire under their ass.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And to be a great coach, you need to know how to handle each one of them individually, underneath those fundamental rules that you have as a program. And I think we all recognize that as coaches.
Absolutely.
John Madden. Right? We had 3, I think. It was come be on time, listen to the coaches, and play like hell.
Yep.
Too many rules, man. You gotta start enforcing them all. It's tough to do that.
Well, that does it for another edition of Settling the Score. Thanks to Joe Fargnoli. Hope you enjoyed it.
Good time.
Thanks, Joe.
I hope I can come back.
Yeah, we'll have you on again.
Yeah, thanks.
Final thought, Mike Green?
No, nothing. It's, I'm looking forward to the barbecue challenge here.
Good time.
That's
August 22nd.
August 22nd.
He's going to be a major proponent for it. This is
there you
Scholastic
go.
League barbecue.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, there's a lot of culinary programs out there. We
Yep.
can get them in there.
Who's final thought?
Red Sox, 12 in a row today.
Beautiful thing.
Who's pitching?
get Fogg's final thought, and I'll come back to you with that.
Final thought?
My final thought is, I had a great time here today. I didn't know what to expect coming up to,
coming up to an empty building.
Yeah, coming up to an empty building that no one was here when I got here.
Oh, I was here. You just didn't see me.
Yeah, you were here.
Patrick Sandoval.
That's right. Sandoval gets the ball. And
Sandoval.
then probably Bayo is the third.
Against Seymour. Ian Seymour. 6-2, 4.59 ERA. Sandoval's got a 2.08 ERA.
All right. For Boots, for Blake, for Fogg, have yourself a great day. Enjoy the games.